Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the next terrifying episode of Random Rhapsody's Sonnet of Blood. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for this Curse of Strahd playthrough. And joining me around my virtual table tonight are Brandie, Dyto, Marty, and Natalie. Say hi, everyone.
Hi,
everyone.
Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Marty?
Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop miniatures with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built our tokens for this evening's game. You can build your own today at heroforge.com.
Thank you, Marty. The second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or putting your favorite picture as the background instead, which is what I do, and you can see my cat walking through it. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show description. Last but not least, next Monday, we have the Fab 5 campaign at 7 p.m. Central. The team is now in the distant past, and they're apparently the legendary heroes they've been searching for. Something weird's going on because they're pretty sure they just killed the actual legendary heroes. But we'll see. Anyway, that is 7 p.m. Central this Monday night here on YouTube. Now you can keep up to date on everything we do on Random Rhapsody by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_rhapsody. And that's going to do it for the announcements. So join us as we return to the land of Barovia and continue on with the Conclave Expedition as they attempt to survive a Sonnet of Blood. And we're back. So by this point, you should know how we do our recaps. Whoever does it gets the Random Rhapsody coin, which means that if I do it, I'm going to get that coin and I'm going to use it because it gives us a nat 20 in this session.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants me to have it, so somebody else is going to do it probably. Who wants to do it today?
I will.
Nice. Okay. Well then, Vide, tell us what happened last time on Sonnet of Blood.
Okay, so last time on the Sonnet of Blood, the Vistani woke the group up to inform us that hunters from Jova village were outside the camp, looking for us, of course. Afterwards, Urzak showed up, looking fairly disheveled. Apparently, the blacksmith confided in him about a boat nearby that we could use to escape. Wonder what else she could have given him. As time was of the essence, we started to make our way to where the boat was supposed to be, but some hunters spotted us. They asked for our cooperation in apprehending us, which we kindly refused. They didn't appreciate our refusal and attempted to take us by force. This naturally did not go well for them. We lightened their numbers by half when they decided to make their retreat, as if we would allow such cowardly behavior. Before they died, comments were made about Irina meeting the same fate as her brother. They didn't get a chance to explain any further. This is something we should probably look into sooner rather than later. After some fairly pointless debate on corpse disposal options, we made our way to the boat. After a quick trip across the river, we landed on the other side. We followed the river northwest for a bit before we started getting that feeling of being watched from the woods we were traveling by. Further investigation revealed that needle blights were occupying the very woods we needed to travel through. We were able to somehow convince them that we were not a threat and to allow us passage unhindered through, though it was fairly tense. We continued along the base of the mountain to the main road. Luckily, we were well past the bridge choke point and away from the rest of the Jovian hunters. The road led us to a stone wall and very large gate that opened as we approached, because that's not ominous or anything. We made it to the other side with no issue, but who exactly opened the gate for us? Is Strahd watching our every move?
Well done, Vide. There you go. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Make sure you use it. It only lasts this session. Well, Expedition members. After passing through those gates, you decided to pause here behind the wall and, rest for a little bit after that treacherous path you had all taken to get to this point. The skies, while overcast with dark gray clouds, are the lightest you've seen since setting out first thing this morning. It's hard to judge what time it is by looking up at those cloud-ridden skies. You left the Vistani camp just before dawn, and you have traveled quite a bit, and judging by the fact that Delphine's 8-hour mage armor spell has just expired, you roughly estimate that it's a little about 2 in the afternoon. By the end of your short rest, you've all also, or at least most of you, have eaten a meal from your rations, since, you all missed breakfast, so probably should take one of those off your character sheets as well. But other than that, expedition members, as your short rest comes to an end, what do you want to do?
I cast mage armor on myself, and I give the boy a ration.
Yeah, that's fair. He would have gobbled it up. He also missed breakfast. Y'all kind of ran out of the Vistani camp fairly early yesterday, or this morning, I should say. And so he gobbles it up quickly and then keeps going back to playing with that sword and doing little pretend magic bits. Bang, bang, bang! That sort of thing. While you're all gathering up your stuff to prepare to head out.
I'm gonna hand him a few of my rations too, and tell him here, use these. You can have these as when we have our meals.
Oh, thank you. I never got this much food all at once. He kind of looks like he wants to eat more of it, and he's kind of having a hard time. But he wraps it up in the brown paper that, typically rations have, and he stuffs it into his pocket, which are now just bulging on the one side.
Don't eat them all at once now.
Yeah, that definitely make them last.
We don't need you getting sick.
Well,
I think I'm going to give him 2 for now, and then like later on, if he needs more, I can give him some more.
okay. Between that and the one that Delphine gave him, he's stocked up for at least a little bit. But you are all still on the other side of that large stone wall that has the gate in the center of it. You know that your next destination, which is the windmill, is roughly about 3 hours along the road, judging based on the map you have, which I'm actually going to go ahead and show everybody on who's watching where you all are now. Now, here is our team right over here. They are right next to the bridge, right on the far right-hand corner of the map. What they're trying to get to is the windmill, right over there. So they got a little bit of time to get to. You can see it right here. See them right there. So they got about 3 hours travel through some rocky, mountainous terrain that leads downward. You can see that it is heading down a slope of this mountain towards a bit of a wide valley. That since it is so late in the day, a lot of the fog has burned off from the heat, and you can see that in the distance there is a fairly large forest and a lake well beyond that, which you can also see on your map. But now that you've all rested up and are feeling a little bit more refreshed, how do you plan on taking this next leg of your journey? Are you just going at your normal pace like you have been? Are you planning on being stealthy, or do you want to try to hurry and get there a little faster?
I think we're okay going at a normal pace at this point.
Yeah.
You know, the gate is close behind us, and we, for the most part, I think lost the Jovians.
Yeah,
I think taking it a little easy should be fine.
take it easy until we have to pick up the pace.
Absolutely. Okay. So for the next leg of this journey, I want to know who is leading the journey, who is leading the path, who is keeping a watch out. Because we're going to be making 2 rolls.
I suppose I
think I have the map.
Oh, you have the map?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Now let's let the map reader take care of that.
I'm not sure exactly what my survival skills are like.
Yeah.
But I do have the map, and I do have proficiency in cartography.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say that since you have the proficiency in cartography, you've got the map, you can make your survival check with advantage.
And I will use guidance, because I think it's kind of important not to get lost in these here woods.
Absolutely. And then
Not
who's
stealth.
going to be keeping a watch out while you all travel?
I can. I mean, more than one of us could really. It wouldn't hurt to have multiple people keeping an eye out.
It's true. I'm going to be keeping my eyes out too.
Well, I honestly think it's fine if you roll with advantage as well. If a couple of you are doing so, you're keeping an eye on, and it's not like a difficult trail. It is a gravel road that does lead along this way. So while the area is still treacherous, it's still rocky, and you're kind of going down the slope of a mountain, you do have a path.
Do you want me to roll for it?
I rolled a 22.
Yeah, and whoever's rolling perception with advantage, go ahead.
Who has the higher bonus? It's definitely not me.
Well, shit. I got a 10. Unless
Damn.
somebody else wants to roll it. Because I don't know that I want to blow my nat 20 this early in the game.
Definitely the earliest use of it. Oh my goodness.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered. That we're taking the 10. Go, Brandie. Roll for me a d20.
Hold on a second, though. Can I do my knowledge from a past life and roll a d6 to add to that, or is it too late?
You've already used that today. How many times can you use that per day?
That I regain it after. Oh, after a long rest. I must have made that wrong. More? Oh, I can use it 2 times. That's why I still have one, because I can use it twice.
Probably proficiency bonus amount of times per day.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, equal to your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so you've used one today for sure, because you used it to help you get across the lake.
Maybe I'll save it. Never mind. All right, but you said you want me to roll a d20?
Yeah, just roll a d20.
12.
Okay. For the next hour, you travel along through the mountains, heading at a descent, a slow, slight descent along your journey. You can go ahead and move your token 3 spaces along the map. The old gravel road that you're walking slowly starts to transition from being a winding path through the mountains to a little bit more of a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into this somewhat fog-filled valley. In the distance, at the heart of the valley, you can see what looks like a walled town near the shores of that great mountain lake. The waters of that lake are dark and still at this distance, but you're fairly certain, also, which aided by the map, that that is the town of Varos, far in the distance. Now, you can see as you're slowly starting to make that descent, that far in the distance, though you can barely see it, there is something perched upon an old and a bit of a hill. It's old, it's slightly dilapidated. It has the size and shape of the windmill that you're heading towards. At this distance, you can barely see that its warped wooden vanes are stripped half bare, though it does seem to be spinning in the afternoon winds. Yeah, you can just see it in the distance because you're still kind of up on the elevation, and you're kind of looking down to the west of you, and that's why you can kind of see it there. For the next leg of your journey, go ahead and give me the same rolls as we made before. Survival with advantage and perception with advantage, as your group is just moving together.
Does somebody else want to roll the perception, or do we want me to risk it again?
We'll risk it for the biscuit.
I trust you. I trust you, Vide.
21.
13? It's better, at least.
It's better, at least. Roll me another d20. Nope, we just lost
3.
Dyto. Okay.
A 3.
Uh-oh.
3, yeah. You're continuing to make it down the pathway. It's a slow journey, but over the next hour, you're moving at a fairly comfortable pace. The air is growing a bit chill, and the wind is starting to pick up as you make your way down from the lower slopes of the mountain, closer towards that valley. The skies up above you are gloomy, I think the best word for it. There's a bit of a darkness growing to them to the west. You're thinking possibly a thunderstorm, but with the wind pushing at your backs, heading to the west, you're fairly certain that the storm isn't going to be coming near your group, at least, which is a good thing. Last set of rolls for this leg of the journey. One more set of survival, one more set of perception.
Alright, gotta do better. Let's. Ooh, 21.
Natural 20
Nice.
Nice.
for a 23.
Delphine, this time you roll me the d20.
D20, let's go. D20. 18. Get those high numbers out of the way now.
Well, I'm going to need you to roll me a d12 and a d8.
How many
5 and a
wolves-
7.
How many wolves are we gonna fight now?
You know, it's funny you say that, Joe, because as you're moving along this journey, you can get about 30 or so minutes into your travel, you do hear in the distance a loud howl. A howl of wolves. You had just passed a bit of a forest area not too long ago, and you can still see it to the east of you, the southeast. A little ways higher up on the hilly side that you've just been traveling down. With that super high perception that you rolled as well, you're certain that it is from the southwest or southeast of you, coming from those woods up there, and it's loud. Another howl comes out. What do you do?
How far past the forest are we? A little
It's
bit of
maybe-
forest area.
Yeah, that little bit of the forest area. It's probably about a mile north or
Yeah.
southeast of you. So I keep saying
Sure.
north, but
We're way out in the open.
you're way out in the open, kind of between a set of hills.
Oh, so the sound, pretty much, they could be further away because it could just be echoing off those hills for us. That's
Can we do a
that's
nature
me
check to
hopeful
see?
thinking.
Can somebody do a nature check to see if they can tell how far away it is?
Sure.
Not me, because I only
Me.
got a 1 in nature.
Let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah,
Anyone
nature's a
with-
1 for me.
Do I take the 25 or the 25?
Oh, that's a bit challenging. I'm
I
not
would go
quite
with
sure.
25.
Are you sure? Because I was kind of thinking we should go with the 25.
No, definitely the
25, I think
25.
might do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I would suggest the 25, but that's just me.
Okay. Well, since we all seem to be agreeing on the 25, I guess I'm going to go with the 25. With that 25, yes, the hills can echo and kind of scramble the sounds that they're making, and so they could be farther off than they are, but You also know that based on that nature roll and the sound of those wolves, the howl they're making, you're relatively sure they're not wolves. They're dire wolves. It's a deeper, more guttural howling sound. And dire wolves are well known for their ability to track by scent.
Being assholes.
If they have your scent, they can very easily find you.
And I bet they have our scent.
I will relay this to everybody. So if they're dire wolves, they're not just regular wolves. So either we find a place that we feel safe enough to dispatch them, either not fighting them, or we wait for them to ambush us when we least expect it.
It's a no-win situation.
It's a no-win situation. That's right, Cog.
Do you think they call them dire wolves? Because when you see them, you're just like in a very dire straits. And you're just like, oh, it's a dire wolf. You think it's, what are the etymology of the wolf? I'll have to look that up when I get home.
Or we could go back to the inn. I'm sure they've got books on dire wolves in their library. It's very fast.
But that's a ways good. I don't think we're gonna make it there before the wolves would get to us, but
We could. You never know.
yeah, hey, I got little legs, so I won't make it there.
It's okay, short stack. I'd let you have a piggyback ride.
Well, I appreciate that.
My suggestion would be get Davos moderately safe, maybe like up in a tree or something, away from the wolves.
Not a whole lot of trees around where you are right now.
Okay, maybe we can bury it. That's a bad idea. Forget I even started that sentence.
I was really curious where you were going.
I almost say let's just keep moving, but we just prepare to fight. As soon as we see them, we have to be ready.
I second that. I think we should have our weapons kind of on standby.
Yeah, I'll definitely be, ready to pull out my gun.
Okay. So are you going to wait right where you are and just wait to see if the wolves show up? Are you going to continue on but be mindful and waiting for them? Or...
I would say move on at a slower pace, but be prepared.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep moving at least in some fashion, but be prepared.
Okay. So with that in mind, as you all start making your way down the path again, heading in that northwestern direction, about 10 minutes go by, and you hear another howl. Much closer this time. You turn back, waiting. Your weapons are ready, and a few moments later, you see a total of 5 wolves come running up the crest of a hill. They're massive, huge, shaggy black creatures, twice the size of a normal wolf, with huge paws, razor-sharp claws on the tips, and all of them have their lips and teeth bared as they rush towards you all. So I'm going to move you to a map, and then I'm going to have you all roll some initiative.
No thanks.
Whoa.
I'd like to have you all maneuver yourselves to where you would be on the map. This simple map here. It's got a road in the middle of it. Either side of it is kind of slopes up, and you're all standing there in the middle.
And where are the wolves coming from? The right? The right.
The wolves are going to be coming from this direction right here, the southeast. While you're doing that, I'm going to prepare everything else. I rolled a 5 on D6.
Oh.
Let's get some music going. Some better battle music.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, here we go.
It's a mighty 4.
There are 5 of them.
Yeah, I rolled a 5 on a D6. Okay, everybody should be in order now. So let's get this started. No Ashling, no trees to hide in. They're literally in a mountainous area that's kind of leading down towards the valley. But the forest that these things came from are more than a mile away. And there really aren't a whole lot of shrubs or anything. I imagine there's a few shrubs. So we can say that maybe Davos is hiding behind a shrub or something. Call that a bush. Hiding behind in that.
Yay!
Good. Cool.
That was
I love to hear it.
Hi. Hello.
Okay, so getting things started in this combat, we have Irina. She is looking up at these wolves as they're starting to charge down this hill towards you all. I imagine they're actually back this way.
Yeah. Maybe another 60 or 70 feet off the map back that far.
No, not quite, but
Oh,
I
you know
did
what?
move
They're
forward.
back in Jova.
Yeah, they're back
They
in
woke up
Jova.
late.
But anyway, we got Irina up first. She's looking at these wolves as they're charging down this hill towards your group, and she's looking a little pale at this. She pulls out that short sword that she has, and she's going to kind of back up a little bit, kind of putting herself between the bush where Davos is hiding in and the rest of and the wolves. She has her sword out, and she's going to take the dodge action for her turn. Delphine, you're up next.
Do we want to defend here, or do we want to go in? She looks at Urzak.
I mean, the numbers aren't really on our side. These things are big and scary. And as much as I'd like to, I don't think I can take on 5 of them, even with help.
I'm going to... So should we just wait for them to come to us? Or should we start trying to pick them off now?
Joe.
What?
Well, I mean...
I didn't say that out loud. Cock didn't say that out loud.
That's fair, and it hasn't showed up on the chat yet either.
It's like, because I can do stuff from afar and let them get to us, or I can just run in there.
Yeah, just start hitting with whatever you got.
Alright, I'm gonna send a firebolt at them. At the front one. Firebolt. For a 25 to hit. Or 10 fire damage. First one, and I'm gonna move up just a little bit. 5, 10, 15. I was this one. Shooting that one. And for my bonus action, I'm going to go into a blade song.
So this wolf charging down the hill, you pull up that fireball and launch it, the firebolt at it, striking this creature in the shoulder as it's running. You hear a loud "Aye!" as it hits, and some of that shaggy fur just starts burning away from the strike, filling the air a little bit with that burnt hair smell. You then move
Sorry,
up.
guy, we've got a child to protect. I hope you understand.
Now you're kind of moving up a hill at this point. It's not difficult terrain or anything like that, because it's not a huge slope, but yeah, you kind of move up that hill a little bit, putting yourself between the creatures and your friends. Next up we have, well, some dire wolves. They both rolled the exact same damn thing, so I'm just gonna have the two of them kind of move up, run towards you right there. Comes charging at you to take a bite at you. But that's a 9. That's a miss. The one that you flamed is going to move 5, 15, can't get completely around you, but it does have the pack tactics, which means that it has advantage on this attack. That's a 23 to hit.
Shield. It misses.
Throwing up that shield, it just in time, the giant mouth, which, like, the head is huge. These big jaws come lunging towards you. You reflexively throw up that shield just in time, and it bounces off of it and lands right next to you. Next up is Danika.
I am gonna cast Enlarge on Urzak.
Oh.
Okay. You cause a creature to grow larger. This is fun. You choose Urzak, and he just starts going. Increasing his
Straight up.
size. Yeah.
Straight up just Mario mushroom sound effect.
Got the blacksmith.
Y'all,
lady.
I ran into this direwolf fight.
Hey.
I didn't pull out my blade.
Bet you the blacksmith lady wish you'd done that before.
No.
It's never gonna end, buddy. Never gonna end.
Urzak just asked me this time, okay?
It's because it wasn't Vide.
I gotta go.
Anyway, you cast your spell. Everyone watches as Urzak just grows bigger. He's basically like almost 10 feet tall at this point. So the target size doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8. The growth increases 1 category, so you are now large size. And until the spell ends, the target has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and you get to add a D4 to your damage die.
Sweet.
Okay. That was your action. You still got a movement and bonus action.
I think I'm gonna, just stay where I am for right now. I'm gonna focus on the back.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay. That's it for your turn. We're going to be moving.
I think so. I think that's it. I think we're good.
Okay. Next up, we have another dire wolf. Which movement speed do these guys have? They have 50 feet. Love that.
Oh wait. Can I use one thing
Can you
that I
have-
forgot about? I have a bonus action. Can
Yeah,
I
you do.
please? I do have a bonus action. Can I please cast Hunter's Mark on I'm gonna do this one right next to Delphine on the right side.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. You cast your Hunter's Mark on that creature. He has this little bit of a glow for you, at least. I'll put this little mark right here on it. Kind of looks like a target if I can find it. There it is. So there you go. That guy's marked.
I hate to
Thank
be a
you.
party pooper, but Hunter's Mark, is that a cantrip or is that a leveled spell?
Oh,
It's a
actually,
leveled
you're
spell.
right. It's a leveled spell. You cannot do that because
And
a
it's
leveled
also
spell.
concentration,
Yeah.
Darn. Okay, then
so
I
you would
take-
lose it in large.
Can you do like a bardic inspiration as a bonus action?
That
maybe?
you could do.
Oh yeah, I could do that. I would like it to give my bardic inspiration to let's give it to Urzak. So we need him to get a good hit on these guys.
Thank
Let's
you.
give it to Urzak.
I got used to Baldur's Gate, where you can cast 2 leveled spells in a turn.
I did. I've been playing it so hard.
Right.
Yeah. No, I get it. But you can at least inspire. How do you inspire them?
Danika's just gonna flip her hair. No, I don't.
Weird, I suddenly feel very inspired for no reason.
I feel like it was inspiring enough, like enlarging Urzak. Okay.
That's fair.
Should have moved this wolf around to the other side. I forgot they had 50 feet. Oh well, that's okay. I guess instead, just to be a dick, I'm gonna use its movement and action to come charging down the hill. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70 feet to right there by Danika. He can't attack, because he had to use a movement and action, but he's now there. Vide, you're up next.
Okay, so V doesn't like this guy being so close to him. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20 to here. And I am going to Deadeye shot this guy. Hold on, my computer is being a computer.
They do that.
Yeah, so the Deadeye shot gives me advantage. Wherever that means. I'm assuming a 10 doesn't hit.
A 10 does not hit. You pull your gun out, cock the hammer back, and then fire. But your shot goes wide and you miss.
I thought we were done talking about the armor with cocks and hammers.
Ready for your turn?
Yeah.
As we all ignore Joe. Urzak, you're up next.
Oh, he's just shaking his head. That's what I was looking for.
Okay. A couple options here, and I'm not particularly fond of either of them. I am going to move. Okay, how does my movement work now that I'm.
I don't think your movement changes at all.
Okay. So I'm gonna move, I guess, 20 feet here. And. Or actually. I have to make a choice. I'll stay here. And I will attack this dire wolf with my new axe. This is the first time I get to use the axe.
Hey.
Javelins only last combat. Alright. This is normal, correct? Not advantage or anything? Okay. Oh, it would have been a lot cooler if it was an advantage. What's Danika's Bardic Inspiration die? Is it a D6?
A D6.
Okay. That's a 12 right now with the D6. That makes it 15.
15 does hit.
Yay!
Sweet. So that is, since this is one-handed, a D8 plus 5. That's max damage. 13 plus the D4 from enlarge. Wow. 14 damage total.
14 points of damage. Still pretty damn good. You heft that axe that's just much more bigger than it was the last time you were using it. You take a big old hack, come down, slash across this thing's back, and it yips out in pain.
I'm going to use my bonus action.
Yes.
And I will cast Sanctuary on Danika.
Danika. Okay, tell us about Sanctuary.
I sure will. Hang on, I gotta find the button. You ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. This doesn't protect the warded creature from area effects such as the explosion of a fireball.
Fair enough. Interesting. Okay.
If the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy, or deals damage to another creature, the spell ends. So.
Good to know. So, Danika, you just feel this little shaft of light beaming down over you, and you feel a little bit protected, safe inside a sanctuary.
Yay!
I got you. Except he's like 10 feet tall, and he's like, I got you.
It's like that scene in Avengers Endgame when Hulk hands the two tacos to Ant-Man. Okay.
That is my turn.
Well, next up is Davos, who is hiding in a bush right up there at the top of the map. You can see him there. He's so cute.
I don't see him. Where'd he go?
Yeah, you have no clue where he is. But he has his little sword stick in his hands right now. He's kind of crouching underneath it. He's taking the dodge action. That's his turn.
Good lad.
Okay, we got another dire wolf. Yeah, that's good enough. This dire wolf is coming running around to this point right here. That way he can get advantage on his attack against you since the other dire wolf is right there. Comes running towards you, Urzak. You're the biggest one on the field now, and he just leaps, trying to bite at you. That's a 24. I assume that hits.
Yes.
I need you to make a strength saving throw, but you have advantage on this because of enlarge. And you're going to take 8 piercing damage.
22.
22 does succeed. He latches onto your arm underneath your shield. He managed to get up underneath there and grasp onto you, trying to pull you down, but you just fling him to the side and he lands near you. That's 8 points of piercing damage to you.
Yep.
Corwan, you're up next.
A lot of big stuff around. Little old Corwan. I guess he will toss out. I've got 1, level 2, so it's like pretty much all I can do. He's gonna throw out a spiritual weapon, but it's gonna be a innocent-looking little bunny rabbit. Over here. He's gonna, you know what? He'll put it right in between these two. It's gonna just look like an innocent-looking bunny rabbit. You know, hopefully it'll entice them to. They're wolves. They're not that smart.
They're not.
And then I guess with his actual action, though, he is going to load up one of the. Well, I mean, I guess I get regular bolts. I don't need to use the silvered ones just yet. And he will shoot the one that's on Danika with a crossbow bolt, as well as he'll hit it with the spiritual weapon.
Okay, so I don't have a bunny
Anything.
token,
Oh,
but I found a
hey,
raccoon.
An adorable raccoon works too.
So there you go. You can move it wherever you need to.
Alright, Rocket, get in there.
Cute.
This is the crossbow for the one on Danika. I guess the 12 doesn't hit, but
12 does not miss. It goes right over its head.
good God, and the spiritual weapon hit 12 too.
Wait,
But
12
it's
does not
on the
miss?
field.
12 does not hit, unfortunately.
So yeah, I mean, he's just gonna kind of like, you know what? He won't back up. I was gonna think about backing up to the boy, but he'll just kind of like whisper over his back. He's like, "Just stay in the bush, stay in the bush. Hopefully, we'll kill them before they kill all of us and eat you." I don't have anything positive to say, kid. I'm sorry. But yeah, he'll keep the raccoon in between the two of them.
Okay.
You know, maybe the raccoon will dance and like make itself look delicious. I don't know how it would do that, but
Yeah, I don't know either, but sure, why not? This last one is coming running up to there, using 45 feet of its movement. Taking a bite at our old pal Urzak, who's big and delicious looking. 23, I assume hits.
Sure does.
9
Oh,
more
no.
points of piercing damage and another strength saving throw. At advantage.
no one wants green
Oh,
blood.
I healed by mistake. Oops. There. And a strength saving throw with advantage. It's a 21.
21 still succeeds. Even though it grasps onto your thigh and bites down hard, you're able to fling it off. And it's not pulling you down. Top of the turn order, we come back to Irina. She's kind of looking a little worried right now. She can see you. How do you look right now, Urzak?
50%.
You're not looking great. You got several puncture wounds on your arm, more of them on your leg. Irina is looking very, very concerned for you right now. She calls out, Urzak! Urzak, no! You must... No, Urzak! And she points at you, and just this scream, you feel a surge of energy filling your body. She is healing you.
What?
Oh, okay.
For 4 points of healing, not a huge amount.
Well, we take those, you know what I mean?
She looks down at her hands and looks up at you because she felt something. What was that? She kind of looks down at you, Corwan, who's standing next to her.
You're gonna have to tell me about that later. What'd you do?
I'm not sure.
Casual conversation. It's a battle.
Yeah.
We're gonna tap into that later, but let's focus on that.
Urzak's getting eaten, going, talk about it later.
Urzak's getting eaten. Delphine's just body checking wolves with magic.
Uh-huh. I cannot let him die. And she is going to run forward with that sword and try to take a hit at this wolf.
No. I've got spare the dying, sweetheart. He'll be fine.
Really cool if she didn't do that.
I can do that every 10 days. We'll be fine.
Oof. That's an 11. Oh, no, actually, I'm going to give her advantage on this. She is flanking with Urzak.
Yeah.
19.
And don't forget that mighty raccoon is there, too.
That doesn't give anything. 5 points of piercing damage. She comes running up with that short sword, yelling, stabs down into the thigh of this wolf.
Nice.
She's in the middle of it now. And Delphine, you're up next.
Question, are we in dim light or darkness?
No, it's about 4 o'clock-ish in the afternoon. Can you
It
not
doesn't
see?
matter. I didn't pull a blade. I am gonna use a bonus action to cast Shadow Blade. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. No, I wanted to do the spell card. Don't tell me you're not actually attacking. Hold on.
Here, I popped it for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your Shadow Blade.
So kind of, out of her hand, she gets this, like, oh shit look on her face because she didn't pull out her rapier when she just charged into these things. And just in her hand, just small tendrils of, like, darkness just start to form and grow, until they're about the length and shape of a rapier. And it's just, like, very dark shadows that just twist and turn, and just in constant motion. Now let's see if it'll actually roll to attack. Yes. 26 to hit. Let's go with this one.
This one right here, yeah, that definitely hits.
For 12 psychic damage.
12 points of psychic damage. You just stab with this shadowy rapier going straight through the creature. You don't see a mark left behind as you pull it out, but you feel the connection, and you hear the wolf yip in pain and kind of shake its head a little bit. 12 points of psychic damage. He's looking very wounded now. He's kind of lulling his head to one side as though he's just got this splitting headache. And he's looking really rough. That it for your turn?
Yes, that was my action and my bonus action.
I mean, you still have movement. You could use it.
Nope, I'm gonna stay here. I am perfectly cozy in this cuddle puddle of dire wolves.
And that is exactly what it is. The first wolf that came towards you and wanted to attack you was that one, the first one. Yeah, and it's going to go ahead and try to get you again, Delphine. Or Danika. Yeah, Delphine. I'm looking at Danika. Let's see. She does have advantage. There's somebody within 5 feet. 21 to hit.
Misses.
21 misses. Thanks to that blade
21
song.
misses.
Yeah, it comes
That
lunging
23
at you.
hit by 1.
Fair enough. Nothing there. Next wolf is the one right next to it, trying to do the same thing. That's a 19. 2 wolves are just lunging at you, but that blade song wizard, you're just dancing about, twisting in this beautiful what's a dancing term? I can't think of a dancing term off the top of my head. But
Pirouette?
Pirouette, yes, thank you. And they both kind of fly past you, missing completely. Danika, you're up next, and you got a wolf next to you.
I am gonna take my handy dandy rapier and I'm gonna stab it. I'm gonna stab it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but will that ruin my sanctuary?
That will remove Sanctuary.
Oh no. But if I use any spells, I lose sanctuary too, right?
Well, if you use any spells that
Cause
damage
harm.
or cause harm, that's up to you.
So what you're saying is that I can heal Urzak?
I would appreciate it greatly.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast Healing Word. I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Okay, now that is your bonus action.
Damn.
So 8 healing.
Nice.
Urzak, you feel quite a bit better after being healed twice in a row.
Thank you.
Now that was just your bonus action. You do still have action and movement. I'm not sure if you can move in Sanctuary though.
I think you can.
You can move, you just can't attack.
There you go.
Oh no, I feel like I want to keep Sanctuary, but like, I also want to attack.
An opportunity attack against you would have disadvantage, so you could reposition at maybe less of a cost.
Okay, let's do it. Let's try it. I'm gonna try to go over.
Or you could just disengage with your action. I don't know. It's up to you.
You can actually just use disengage as your action.
Okay, well, I'll disengage and I will come over yonder.
Okay. Yeah, disengaging allows you to get away without being attacked. So you kind of duck and weave and then go scurrying away out of the way of that wolf.
I think I'm gonna go like right here. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Well, it just saw Danika run away. That wolf looks about, sees that most of its companions are focusing on Urzak, so it's going to go for the smaller, theoretically weaker target nearby.
Kaga.
And go charge
Kag's just
towards
gonna
Todd.
Kag's just gonna be like, bring it, bitch.
Oh, okay.
This is a normal attack because he doesn't have anybody within 5 feet of him. That's a 14 to hit.
Cog would like to inform the wolf that he's a pussy and that doesn't hit.
You come charging at him, but you just grab your shield, put it right in the thing's mouth. This wolf is 3 times your size, and you're just
3 times.
I mean, it's a large creature. You're a small creature.
Well, Cog is 3'3", 39 pounds. I made a pound for every inch.
Yeah.
So he is very, very small.
Yeah, and you have this tiny little shield, but as those creatures' jaws were clamping towards you, you just shove the shield right in its mouth.
Bad dog.
Vide, you're next.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my whip, and I'm gonna whip this one right in front of me.
Whip it good.
And then I get advantage because of flanking. Gosh dang it. I suck. I suck. I'm done.
You need to get you a better whip, I guess. That it for your turn?
Yeah. I've got nothing else. Yeah, that's it.
It's okay. You know what? It's performance anxiety. She's intimidated by Urzak's size.
Well, I will remind you, Vide, of your action economy. You do have an ability called
I have action.
Figured out?
surge.
Yeah, you have your action
Yeah.
surge.
You know, fuck it. I'm action surging. Whip him again.
You also have a
22.
scimitar.
What?
Yep,
Oh, yeah, you have the
22 will
scimitar.
hit.
I know, but I don't want to get up to him. I want to.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
5 slashing.
5 points of slashing, not bad for a whip. You kind of pull it out and just whoosh, right in the cheek, cutting a large gash along its jaw. I assume that's your turn now? You still have your bonus action and movement.
I know. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna go here, baby, and I'm gonna probably try to take some shots at him next time.
Gotcha. Davos, I feel like there's no real reason to do too much with him. He's just staying hidden in underneath that bush and taking the dodge action.
Hey, we skipped me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Urzak, go for it.
Okay. Out of these 3 that are like surrounding me, which one looks the worst off? The Irina one, the Delphine one, or this one?
You did definitely just see Vide take a slash at the one to your left. This guy here, that Irina's currently facing. It's got a few more marks on it, I would say.
Okay. Since Irina got advantage on her strike against it, do I also get
Yes.
advantage against it? Okay. Then I will attack that one. That's a good thing I had advantage. That's a 15.
Which hits.
Alright. That is 8 plus, because I'm enlarged, 2 for 10 damage.
10 points of damage. He is looking fairly bloodied at this point as you hack away at him with the axe, taking a large gouge across the side of this creature's ribs.
Is it too late to throw a little extra damage from smite in there?
You're allowed to declare it after you roll, know you hit. So yeah, I have no problem with doing that.
Okay, I'll just do a... Yeah, I only have first level, so a first level smite, and I will add another 2d8 to that. Ooh. Extra 14 damage.
Nice. Extra 14 damage. That hurt this creature significantly. It looks very, very hurt and burned from that radiant surge of energy that went into it.
Alright, Fun fact I also just learned, Sanctuary apparently is not concentration.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
So I'm going to use my bonus action and cast that on... well, no, because everybody else is fighting. Never mind, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I will end my turn.
Fair enough. You know what Davos is doing? He's hiding in that bush. The wolf that is looking very, very hurt next to you, Urzak. Yeah, he's barely hanging on. He's kind of tucked the tail between his legs, put his ears back. He is going to take the disengage action, and he is going to run. 10, 50 to just off the map. He's not completely off the map yet, but he's running away.
Did he by chance
Come near you? No. He was specifically moving around people to get away. Corwan, you're next. Can't hear you.
His mighty raccoon companion is gonna turn around and just be like, just kind of, yeah, I guess it doesn't make sound, but he's gonna move his mouth furiously. Gonna try and attack with the bonus action to attack this guy. 16, I think that hits.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a level 2. Of course, you can't do anything but level 2. 5 force to him.
5 force damage.
And then Kai's just gonna be like, all right, buddy, let's not make this too personal, but you need that bad touch.
God.
bless.
I know. Oh my god! Jesus Christ.
Dang!
Wow. So the little spectral, I guess we're calling it a raccoon now.
Yeah, we'll
comes
make him a raccoon.
Comes running up and just slams into the side of this creature. At the same time, Cog reaches out. He still has that shield in the thing's mouth. He just reaches up and he's just going to reach out and touch someone and cast inflict wounds, doing 23 points of damage.
It's
He
3d10. It's 3d10 necrotic, and he
That's
got
such a good
23 out of
spell.
that.
Yeah, I love that spell.
And then he's just gonna kind of keep the shield there, just kind of like menacing. He's like, all right. He's like, he goes, you want to fuck with me again? It's like, that's right. It's like, why don't you go home? I'm not gonna even ask to do an intimidation check because a 39-pound creature can't intimidate anything. So,
Probably not. But it is severely wounded by that bad touch. Next up, we have this dire wolf over here. He's looking fine, so he's just going to go ahead and try to take a bite out of Urzak. Oh, nat 20!
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. How many spells you got left?
I have a first level spell
Nice.
and a couple of second.
Okay. Turning that down, I got to roll one more time. 17.
Misses.
Nice. So as it's lunging towards you, like you just see the life flashing before your eyes, you feel like this thing's about to rip out your throat. But then Delphine nearby sees this, looks, points, and he misses as that silvery barbs takes a hold of its mind. That's it for its turn. Next up, we have Irina. She's looking about the group. Sees the wolf next to Corwan, not looking too great. So she's going to come running up to that one and take a stab with her short sword. Let's see, she was right there. So I'm gonna have her move around 5, 10. Let's think strategically. I'm gonna play right. attack with advantage with the short sword. Fuck me, a 9. Yeah. As try as she might, like at the last minute, the wolf's still kind of reeling from being hit by that bad touch. Kind of kicks back at her, and she stumbles and misses with the short sword. It's gonna be it for her turn. Delphine, you're up next.
I don't want to go 2 balls to the walls with this. I'm just gonna strike him with my Shadow Blade.
Got it.
Nope, just gonna miss. It's
Yeah,
a 9 to hit.
We'll say that you kind of got distracted as Irina goes running off in the opposite direction toward another goddamn wolf. Why is she doing that? You're supposed to protect her, and you miss. You got bonus action to use?
I do, but I'm not gonna use it right now.
There you go. Okay. Next, then, we have a pair of wolves. These are the 2 that's kind of been engaged with you. So it's going to make its attack. Ooh, a 13's not going to do it, that's for sure. Next one's attack, same thing. 19, I believe, also misses.
It does.
Wow. You're just dancing away, bouncing back and forth, keeping out of these wolves' jaws. Danika, you're next. Still Sanctuary.
I am going to cast Bane on the 3 of them right around Urzak.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to get all 3 of them.
Is that, what's that? Charisma.
Charisma.
This should go well.
Wolves, very charismatic.
Very, very
Surprising.
charismatic. A 4, a 12, and a 10. I assume these all fair?
Let me see what mine is.
It's on the top of your
sorry.
spell sheet.
14.
14. All 3 fail and are now baned. Put a pink dot on it. Pink for Danika.
Yay.
You see this pinkish glow just kind of go over these wolves, and they seem a little bit weakened by it.
This
And-
does end Sanctuary, by the way.
This does, or does
Yeah.
not?
It does.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was only if you.
Yeah, I thought it was only
If you-
harm.
If you cast a spell that affects an enemy,
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna. So the moment you do that, though, this is also a concentration spell. So Urzak's enlargement ends.
Oh no, Urzak, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
There's a
Okay.
joke there.
No.
There is a joke there.
Okay. We have the wolf that's between Corwan and Irina. It's severely wounded as well, so it's gonna disengage and run the fuck away. 10, 15, 20. Just kind of right up there.
Whoopsie.
That's right, I told you to run. You don't want to mess with this. Got a lot of confidence. That's a little unearned, but he's full of it.
It's full of something.
Definitely full of something. Vide, you're up next.
Where was it though?
So do I go after him?
I couldn't help myself.
Gotta cook.
I got it.
go.
Okay, so I'll make sure.
I broke him.
Bye.
Oh no.
I apologize
Oh.
that I broke Marty.
Is that good? Is that good for the bit?
That was good for the bit. I love it. Thank you. That was wonderful. Okay, Vide, it's your turn.
Alright, I think I'm gonna go right here.
Turn up your mic.
And I'm gonna.
That's an action.
That's an action to turn up your mic.
Alright, well, that's it. I turned up my mic and I moved and I'm done. No, I'm gonna whip this one, I think.
Got it.
15, does that hit?
15 does hit.
Yeah.
6 damage.
I don't know if technically you're flanking because you're 5 feet away from them, but it's the first roll, so it's fine.
It worked for the other time.
It shouldn't have. I just didn't get a chance to say.
Well, okay. Well, then I.
It's
Well,
fine. You still hit.
From here on out, I won't. Then, so okay. So anyway, that's 6 slashing damage to that.
Urzak, you're up next, but you are no longer large.
Yeah, it goes from like literally 13 feet tall and like looking down on these wolves and like, yeah, we got this. And then all of a sudden the wolves like look like they're getting bigger and he's like, oh no. Oh, this is a problem. Okay.
I'm sorry I messed up.
And I'm gonna attack this one here.
Listen here.
Yeah. Normal roll. Let's say 21.
That'll hit.
Why not? I'll smite. For funsies.
Not a horrible idea.
11 plus... Oh, I don't get that D4 anymore. 11 plus 8. 19.
19 points of damage. Still not terrible. You slash into this creature with your new battle axe, cutting deeply and sending a big surge of that divine light into him. He whimpers and takes the hit, looking somewhat bloodied but not terrible.
That's it.
Davos's turn is next. He's under that bush. He's going, yeah, make him run! He's having a great old time with himself. The running wolf is next. He's just gonna peace out. He is gone. Corwan,
Bye.
you're up next.
Well, we will. Let's five. We can get our raccoon over to him. Alright, so we will take an attack on him with that real quick. Oh ho ho! That's gonna hit.
Nice.
That's 6 force. And then with our action, we are going to toll the dead. Oh, where did I get it? Was it in my attack? It is not. What is it? Alright, yeah, I guess I don't have the actual attack.
Is
Thing up
it
for mine, but
Saving
it's
throw.
yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw, DC 14, and then I guess I have to make the stat block for it.
It's
Because
weird.
yeah, it's not in my shit. And I don't know why.
It rolled exactly a 14.
No. Well then, it doesn't. Nothing happens. Yeah, I'll have to make a stat block for that real quick.
Okay. While you're working on that, we'll move on to the next one, which is yet another freaking dire wolf. It's going to, well, can't really do anything about the spiritual raccoon, so instead it's going to take a bite out of Urzak. That's a 21.
Yeah.
11 piercing, and that strength saving throw. Regular this time.
But doesn't it bane? Doesn't it bane?
Oh, sorry, you're right. It did get
Bane
bane,
it.
but... So, let me roll that d4.
Get like a 4.
Oh, that was a 1. Sorry, I rolled it to GM. It shows on the screen. It's actually...
Shouldn't that other one have had to do the minus D4 for that wisdom save as well?
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And actually, since it's a 14, even a 1 would have made it fail, because it rolled specifically a 14. So that was actually a failure. Go ahead, Cog, and roll your damage. It's D12.
So okay, it failed. All right.
Yeah, because we forgot to include the bane.
Oh, the bane.
And
All right,
no
yeah,
matter
gotcha.
what, a 1 would fail.
Oh, it's only 2.
2 points of damage. Got it.
2 more.
Nice.
2 more necrot. I guess is it? Yeah, it's necrot. 2 more necrot.
Yay, so much damage.
Hey, every little bit helps.
Hey,
This is
he's
true.
a little man. All right, let's give him a
We
break.
can't all cast inflict wounds every turn.
My bad touch was very popular.
This is true.
I only have so many spell slots.
Getting back to the attack, it was the total was a 20.
Yes, that still hits. So
Does
I
still
will make the saving throw. Natural 20
Nice.
for 25.
Well, then you are going to succeed, but you do still take the 11 piercing.
Yes.
Next up is Irina's turn. I think what she's gonna do is move 5, 10, 15, 20. She runs up behind you and says, I don't know how I am doing this, but I'm going to try again. And she places her hands on you, and she casts Cure Wounds.
I'm just gonna test this out. Aha! It doesn't. Okay.
There you go.
No, just checking it out.
8 points of healing to you, Urzak.
Oh, all right. Cool.
She backs up a little bit, and she's looking at her hands and says, I'm not sure how this is happening, but
Actually, maybe stay close.
fair enough. Delphine, you're up next.
I'm just gonna do what I actually I have a GM question.
Yes.
Green Flame Blade is not concentration.
Yeah.
But it uses, so my Shadow Blade is functioning as a weapon right now. It's a finesse weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use Green Flame Blade while attacking with my Shadow Blade?
That is a really interesting question. I'm going to look on your character sheet real quick. So if you see it moving around, it's me. Okay, you brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting. The spell's... The answer to your question is no, and here's why. The component you have to use is a melee weapon worth at least 1 silver piece. The sword you're using is literally made out of magic. It has no material.
That's fine. I'm just gonna attack it with my Shadow Blade then.
Good thought. Good thought. Unfortunately, does not.
25 to hit, the same one.
Which one are you hitting? This one?
The one right, yeah, for 10 psychic damage.
10 psychic damage. It had 9 hit points left. So tell me, Delphine, how this looks.
As the blade kind of just phases into the direwolf. You kind of see the shadows just encompass all of it as it like sucks the rest of its life force like into the shadow.
I like it. And it just crumples to the ground, skidding in the dirt, dead.
And I'm gonna move around to the back of this one.
Yeah, you can skeet around that, no problem. Okay. That's it for your turn. Next up is that exact direwolf. One's dead, two has run. I think this. I'm gonna make a intelligence check. Wisdom check. Should have been an advantage, but still, it's both 19s. That's freaking. We've rolled a lot of doubles today. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Minus a D4. Unless there's just a wisdom check.
True.
It's a wisdom check. Is it on checks too?
I think it saves and attack rolls.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it doesn't matter. I was just seeing how wise it is to assess its situation. That's all this was. It's going to disengage and run off. It's hurt. Two of its fellows have fled. One's lying dead at its feet. And it has at least a little bit of wisdom, so it's going to do exactly that. Move 5, disengage as an action, move 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It's down. So yeah, it's running away at this point.
I bust out the javelins again.
That's up to you on your turn, buddy. But right now, it's Danika's turn.
Danika is going to run forward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right there. And she's going to stab it with her rapier.
Stab away.
Nice.
With a 24.
24 hits.
With a 10 piercing.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? It has exactly 10 points of damage left.
Let's
on
go.
it.
Let's go.
So tell us, Danika, how this looks.
So Danika she made a run for it. She ran over there. She had her sword ready. And she jumped and pounced, stabbing it right in the side of its neck.
That's it for your turn, I assume, or unless you want to use your bonus action.
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm solid.
That's fair. Vide, it's your turn. You can see one more dire wolf making its way off of, away from you, running at full speed. You're gonna attack it. You're gonna let it go.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Deadeye shot again. I'm gonna try for it.
I like it.
18, I'm assuming hits.
18 hits.
For 9 damage.
9 more points of piercing damage. You aim your gun, fire it.
Oh, jeez.
It hits the thing right in the back. It stumbles quite a bit, but maintains its footing.
And that's really all I can do, because I don't even have another action surge if I wanted to use it.
No. Urzak, you're next.
It's javelin time. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15 here. And then I'm gonna be within, 30 feet.
There you go.
Well, 16?
16 hits.
Sweet. That is a 7 on the damage.
7 points of piercing damage. Half of what it has left, not quite enough. It goes into the creature, sticking there into its side. It's kind of just, pin cushioning the thing, but it is still up.
I'm probably not getting that back. Oh well. Can I do anything as a bonus action? It'd be really cool if you could smite with javelins, but you cannot.
No, unfortunately. Well,
There's still a
technically you
cheat,
can.
correct?
There's a way you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you stab at it with using it as a melee weapon.
Oh.
You still have a chance of getting it back. There's still quite a few people before him.
It's true. Davos, get him.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
That your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, as you do that, it's Davos' turn. He hears Davos, get him. He comes running out of the bush, swinging that sword wildly.
He does it. He kills him. He does it.
He's a kid. He can't even get that far. Anyway, but I think he will come out of the bush. Let's just say he comes running up to right about there. Yeah! He can't. He doesn't have enough movement to get to the thing anyway. Cog, can you take this wolf out?
Well, I don't know about the one. I mean, is this one up here still on the map too?
Let's see.
Or did it run off?
I'm looking right now. Yeah, it did run off. I just forgot
Okay,
to
so-
take that one.
Well, Cog can get to here. How far away is this son of a bitch? Aha, he's... Well, then he will toss out. I made the stat block for it this time.
Told the dead.
Told the dead.
I rolled
Oh,
a
you
6.
did it!
Well,
You
it'd be
did that.
4 necrotic, unless... I mean, you said half of what I... Can we just say he never took damage and give him the 7? Or not, we can just give him the 4.
He gets the 4.
Oh man. I thought that was
I
the
mean,
oh my God.
yeah, I mean, the raccoon can only get 20 feet, so
Man.
it's sniffing Urzak right now.
I mean, I'm. Let's see. They still have Irina and Delphine between now and then. For the sake of brevity,
okay, yeah, we got.
I'm
we
gonna
got
say,
firebolt,
yeah. I'm gonna say that for the sake of brevity, that between that and anything Delphine can throw at this thing, you're able to kill the last wolf. That way Urzak can have his javelin back.
Yay!
It wasn't the end of the world. I have 4 others, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Just say thanks.
Exactly.
Danika immediately goes to play with the spiritual raccoon.
Oh yeah, Cog will have it dance around for. It's only allowed for like another
30 seconds or something like
yeah,
that.
six or 7 rounds. Yeah, it's a minute. So he's gonna sit there, do some cartwheels or something like that in the air, and like finish with a flare, like it's got little spirit fingers as he disappears.
Oh.
Absolutely.
You're all week, everybody. Tip your waitress.
Well,
Brave soldier.
with that, the wolves are now dead or fled the scene. You got at least 3 of them around you dead, so that's pretty damn good. Urzak's able to recover his javelin, and you all breathe a sigh of relief while Irina is staring at her hands and herself and just seems very perplexed.
Yeah, you guys take care of Irina. Don't notice the weird shit that my Shadow Blade is doing as it dissipates.
Why? What weird shit is it doing?
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, what weird shit does
when-
it do?
When the blade starts to dissipate, the shadows just climb up her arm and like into her hair, and the hair almost looks like it's more alive than it usually is before it just goes back to normal.
That's probably fine. This is not out of the ordinary for Delphine, to be fair.
I mean, you've seen a lot weirder shit than that in Barovia.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, we're almost there.
How are y'all feeling? You
Well,
or it's like you took some hits.
yeah, but thanks to Irina over here, I'm fine.
Yeah, Irina, we should probably talk about that. I mean,
I
congratulations.
Yeah, since she was the one that since I was the one that got healed by her, can I do like some kind of check to see if I can like figure out a source?
Yeah, I was gonna do like an Arcana check to see if like, because I know she's not book learned.
No, definitely not book learned. She herself admits that. Yeah, you can make an Arcana check or a religion check in Urzak's case.
These are both not great for me.
I got a 23 for Arcana.
I got a 2 for religion, so.
Yeah, Urzak, you're perplexed because you know how clerics and paladins cast magic, but that was definitely nothing you'd ever seen before. Delphine, with your 23, you were watching at least somewhat the last time she cast the spell at Urzak, because you were really close and she was right there when she did it. She didn't like use any of the normal hand gestures or anything like that. It's almost as if she forced the magic out of her. Now, being a wizard, you are familiar that other types of arcane magic exists and the ways that is used. And for the sake of the fact that we're using 5th edition D&D, you're fairly certain that was an expression of sorceric magic, magic from within.
Irina, have you ever exhibited magical powers? Have you ever like felt like you heard somebody walking behind you, but they sounded closer than they were, or anything weird like that?
I mean, everyone has had moments like that description in Jova Village. Ghosts tend to be everywhere. I've never used any form. I've never used magic before. I've seen you casting spells, and I've seen Corwan do his thing, and Danika do hers as well.
Yeah.
But no, I wasn't trying to cast a spell. I was just concerned for Urzak. He was surrounded by the wolves, and I don't know. I wanted to. I saw him bloodied. I saw him wounded, and I wanted to help him.
Well, think of it this way, dear. Has there ever been another time in your life where maybe in a time of great, sorrow, or, just like now, maybe fear, high adrenaline, that something happened, and it was maybe you wanted something to happen, like you wanted someone to go away, or you wanted, something was falling, you were trying to save somebody, anything like that, just you thought about something, and later on the result produced itself. At the time, you may not have thought anything of it, but it might paint a picture as to what we're seeing now.
My brother used to always say that I was extremely lucky, that the fates just seemed to go my way, and whenever there was one time he and I were climbing a tree in the backyard. I had been climbing kind of high, and Ismark was calling down to me, and I slipped and I fell. But when I landed, I was able to roll, and I didn't get hurt.
That could be an example. have you ever, maybe had dreams about something that maybe didn't reveal itself to you? Some kind of powerful entity speaking to you, maybe whispering to you, or maybe you just kind of see something out of the corner of your eye, like an image of someone watching you, and when you turn to look, they're not there.
No more than anyone else.
I mean, oh, Lord. I'd hate to think that her patron is Strahd. I don't think that would be. But why would he want to give you healing abilities?
Delphine, you
But
hear.
the thing
her
is
say-
that it didn't seem like it was
She has to
coming from
learn.
something. It came from her.
Yeah.
Like I, in my opinion, it's probably been innate all these years.
Yeah.
She's probably never needed to use it. I'm sorry, I'm talking about you like you're not here, Irina.
It could be that the only power we kind of know of in this land besides Strahd is the Morning Lord. Maybe he's chosen her at some point and he just hasn't revealed it. Because that's typically what it is. Some kind of a powerful entity, a god, or sometimes fey creatures can bestow upon it, or unfortunately devils and demons and things like that. They can.
I mean, there are
bestow their
times that
power
people are
to
born with magic. You don't always get your magic from a god or
Well, I mean,
an entity.
but somehow some entity has made that happen. Though they could have done something to the mother, or saw that this child. Because I mean, it's the power just doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from somewhere, but it's not learned. It's just something that she has. So it's got to come from somewhere.
Can I do a divine sense?
Sure.
Do you want to put sanctuary on yourself?
Yeah. So anything, any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet.
We learned there's
Obviously-
undead everywhere.
Yeah, there is undead everywhere. So
there's not nearly as much undead here as there is in Jova Village. Like when you're in Jova Village, it was just freaking everywhere. You cast your senses out using your divine senses. There are no celestials. There are no fiends. You kind of look twice at Vide a little bit and that sort of thing. But then no, that's nothing. You don't really sense any undead either. It's fairly barren here.
Okay. I don't get any hints of like aura off of Irina.
She does not present an aura of any type, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, unless something comes forward and it makes itself known to you, I mean, there's not really a test that we can do to figure out where it's coming from. I mean, hopefully we'll figure it out as we go along. We just got to document everything.
I think you are right.
Well, of course.
I don't know how I was able to do it. I just kind of forced it to happen.
I've heard of it times of great emotional stress. You're worried about your brother, worried about your village. We just buried your father. Maybe it's just starting to come out now. It's starting to manifest itself. So maybe we'll know more as we go along, hopefully.
Are we going to continue on? Are we going to rest here? How are the rest of you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I mean,
I'm good.
I'm ecstatic, actually. I mean, I've got level 1 left. I could give a cure wounds to, if Urzak needs it, or Don't be shy now.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm probably... Did anybody else take any sort of damage?
I
No.
did it.
Those wolves were pussies. They couldn't hit cock.
That's fair.
He's totally gonna fuck me up next episode. It's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, he'll. You gotta put up with it. But he's giving you that good touch, and it's +3 because it's 2 plus the spells level for his special healing ability.
Well,
So it's
11
14
is
total.
much
No,
more
it's
than enough.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it.
He's like, "Here, lean down, buddy."
Hmm.
He's like looking you over, and he's just gonna kind of touch you on the cheek. He goes, "There you go, bud."
Oh.
He's like, "Call me in the morning."
Hey.
As that's going on, you will notice that little Davos, he's out of his bush, and he's been kind of playing with his sword a little bit. But then he kind of shoulders it a little bit, and he walks over to Irina, very, very solemn.
Oh.
He looks up at the young woman, and he kind of pats her on the knee, and he says, I saw you healing Urzak. You protected my teacher, so I guess you are not going to try to beat me. But please don't. Please don't eat me. I'll try not to say that you're going to eat me too often.
Aww.
Often.
And Irina just kind of tousles his hair a little bit, tells him, "Do not worry. I understand. I am scared too, Davos. But we have friends here, and I think they will keep us safe. Don't worry. I will not try to beat you. I am not turning into a monster." And Davos just kind of goes skipping away and chuckling as he's going around you all. I saw the magic. You did some cool magic. Yeah. I think that's actually a great place to go on break. So, we will be back in about 15 minutes, folks. When we return, we will find out what happens as our Conclave Expedition starts making their way to the windmill. Should be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. A little early from our break, but that's okay. And we're getting back into things here with the Conclave Expedition, who has just either defeated or killed a pack of dire wolves, and are now making their way away from that site and towards the windmill. Now, after about 30 or so minutes of walking, you eventually get through that the mountainous area into the beginning of the valley. You can see ahead of you that there are a very large portion of woods, probably a couple miles ahead of you. But in between you and that, you can see now less than a quarter mile from you at this point, an onion-domed structure that leans forward and to one side, as though trying to turn away from the stormy gray sky above you. You can see gray bricked walls and dirt-covered windows. On the upper floors, you can see that there's a decrepit wooden platform that encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading towards that bridge's interior. And I will go ahead, buildings interior. I'm going to go ahead and show you this. now. So that's what you can kind of see ahead of you, that windmill up on a hill, not more than a quarter mile ahead of you. It looks very, very run down. God only knows how long it's been standing there in that location. Above it, you can see a few black birds circling above a smokestack that is pumping a thin line of gray smoke out of it into the sky. So what do you do?
Well, we remember what happened at the inn where we got the deed to this windmill.
Mm-hmm.
So we should probably be on guard for anything.
Yeah. If it's anything like that inn, I'm still not about it.
You said there was smoke coming out of it?
Yeah. At the top of the dome-shaped top of the windmill, there you can see just this thin line of light gray smoke going up into the sky.
And it looks like it might be occupied, maybe? Or on fire.
Well, we do have the deed. It is our windmill. I don't know if they're going to claim squatters' rights or not. If it is occupied, that is.
Is that a thing here?
Irina looks over to you and says, well, I mean, ownership is odd in Barovia. Everything is technically owned by the Count. He is the ruler of this land. People purchase property in the villages and things like that. Ownership a lot of the time depends on who possesses it at the time.
So a piece of paper is not going to help much, is what you're saying.
It really depends. If you were to take a dispute like this to somebody, it would normally be the burgomaster of the closest town, which in this case would technically be Veros.
Oh, gonna be Jova.
No, Jova's confines do not go past the Tsar Falls, technically.
Well, what do we want to do? I mean, we've been up for a while. It's nearing the end of the day.
It is a little
We're not
past
going to be able
5 o'clock.
We're not going to be able to make it to Veros without going through the woods.
No.
I don't really want to do that again.
No, I think we got lucky that one time, and it's going to be not as easy next time.
Right.
Well, I think we're all leaning towards, I guess, going to the windmill.
Yeah. Come what may, I guess.
So what's the plan? Are you just good? There's a little bit of a dirt path that veers off from the main road and seems to be leading up the hill towards that windmill. Are you planning on just, walking up and knocking on the door? Or do you have some other plan?
Danika wants to stealthy sneak around and do some reconnaissance. See if we can see anybody or anything. Are there any windows or anything like that we can see anybody going ins and outs of the windmill?
You can't see that there are windows from here. There are actually two sets, kind of towards the middle of the windmill itself. but you can absolutely make your way around, and I do actually have a map for that. So why don't we take a look?
Meh.
It's a map. It's a map. It's a map.
You're a little farther than where I've positioned you on this map. Like I said, you got about a quarter mile between you and the thing, but this at least gives you an idea of what you're looking at. You can see that the big structure is high up on the hill. On the map, I did kind of two big zigzaggy around green lines. That's just to show elevation. That's mainly what that is.
Gotcha. Urzak, do you want the front or the back with the kid?
I'll take the front.
All right, I'll stick with the kid.
So are you all...
You okay with that, buddy?
Yes, absolutely. You are very powerful.
Hey, you're going to be quite powerful too if you stick around with us.
So my question is, are you all moving up to the windmill as a group? Danika said she wants to kind of sneak around it. Are all of you going to sneak around it? Or are you just moving up to it? What are you doing?
I think we should be stealthy. Try to, maybe see what we're up against.
Right.
I will say,
Yes.
stealthiness is a hit or miss for me. Usually a miss.
So do you want to hang back a little bit and, be ready for if we need you?
I suppose so.
Well, you know what? Vide, Danika, and I can do a quick, quiet perimeter and then come back.
Yeah,
And
stay
if
here
we
with,
scream, then we got into trouble.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'll stay here with Arena and Davos.
Or you know what? Better yet, I'll take one of my long braids and cut it off. I'm going to use Eerie Token, so I'm going to imbue the lock of hair. Hand it to Urzak. I'll be in touch when we have information.
Okay.
Just keep it on your person.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, you see that the hair where she just cut grows back?
Yeah, this is normal.
We got a little chunk of Delphine's hair.
Totally normal behavior.
Absolutely. So who's doing a circuit around the hill?
Danika.
Danika and Delphine.
And me.
And Vide. Okay. So, I imagine Urzak, you and Cog and Irina and Davos are staying pretty far away, near the edge of... I don't think there's actually woods. Near the edge of... Yeah, just the hills that you had just come down. So you're kind of up among the hills, kind of keeping back and out of sight, while the rest of your companions move forward. So I would like the three of you to make stealth checks for me.
Stealth, not sleight of hand. 16.
I think I'm just going to go ahead and use my free nat 20 for this, because I don't want to blow this.
Okay. Interesting.
I got a 22.
Okay. So, that nat 20, I believe, brings you up to a 23 Vide. Danika, you said you had a 22. And Delphine, you said you have a 17. So, overall, your group is fairly stealthy. You kind of hunker down near the grass, starts making your way towards that hill. Now, as you approach it, you can see it's a fairly large structure. It's bigger than any windmill you've ever seen, almost double in size. The stone building is, as I said before, dilapidated. Very old, very grungy. Looks like it hasn't been kept well at all. You can see that outside there is a big old log and some firewood kind of placed around it, and an old rusty axe smashed down into the log, give you all the sense that someone's definitely been living here. Not only you can tell because of the smoke, but because someone's actively chopping firewood.
Hmm.
As you get closer and you start kind of making your way around to one side, you can also see that there is a large cart parked out front. And a bird, a black bird, perched on top of it.
Is the cart familiar?
Yes, thank you.
It's hard to tell at this distance, but go ahead and make a perception check.
We found all our shit.
I got a 7.
Difficult to tell at this distance. It's just a cart kind of parked alongside of the building. Now, you said you kind of wanted to circle around it. Are you circling to the north or circling to the west?
Let's go to the north. We're already, looking at the cart. Might as well keep going.
I agree.
So you start curving, making your way north around the base of that hill, keeping down, keeping low. The big blades of the windmill are turning very slowly in the wind. You can tell that a lot of that fabric that's normally put on a windmill's vane to catch the wind has been ripped and shredded, and what's remaining is gray and dusty with age, but it still vaguely catches the wind a little bit as you're making your way around. As you do, you hear in the distance that bird that's sitting on top of that cart, kind of doing a bit of a caw at you. But other than that, you don't really hear anything else. There are a few... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Are there any windows that are close, to that level to where I could peek in and sneak over?
No. On the main level, there are no windows themselves. They seem to be on the second and third story of this windmill that is, in fact, 4 stories tall.
Okay.
Or 4 levels tall.
I'm going to give that crow a little bit of a wide berth. Just doing a large perimeter. I'm not getting too close.
Yeah.
Going around.
Absolutely. We're riding along on those stealth checks that you made. You can continue to make your way and circle around. Other than, there are a few bushes. There's a big oak tree to the northern side of this thing. As you're making your way around, the hill seems to circle around, and you can see at the distance a little bit of a dip, an indentation in the dirt that it's hard to see. You can't really see much of it from where you are now, but there is an indentation of dirt between you and the forest, which is basically a couple miles to the north of where you currently are. Now, as you circle around and continue walking around that hill, in the distance to the west, you can see that there are 4 large stones positioned around that big old divot of dirt. It's the indentation of the natural progression of the ground. There is still plenty of grass. There are 4 stones in total, each positioned not in a north, south, east, west, more at a northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast positioning. Atop of
Does
that,
it? I'm.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, does it, with the circle in the middle, does it seem like a ritual area? Like where people would do like mass magic, not like a single person doing a ritual magic, but like
at the
big
distance
magic.
you're at right now, it would be difficult to tell without like investigating the stones themselves. But you have seen in the past, similar stones, similar monoliths that's placed for purposes like that. So it's easy to infer that it's possible, but you wouldn't know without actually going down and checking and looking for those signs.
Or you're saying something was on top before I make a decision.
Yeah. What was on top are more birds, more black birds at the distance. They seem to be ravens.
I'm gonna whisper back to Vide as like, I think those are like a ritual circle. There's a lot of them in the Feywild. The fairies will make them to do bigger magic than what an individual person can do. I kind of want to go check them out.
Yes, we should definitely check them out at some point. Shall we continue around and make sure that everything's safe first?
Yeah.
Try to stay
Still eyeing those monoliths, but I'm gonna stay on task.
Stay out of view of birds. We don't want to set off any alarms here.
Okay. The birds themselves, they kind of caw at you a little bit as you're making your way around the hill, but other than that, they don't really do anything. One of them is, kind of tapping or picking at something on one of the rocks, but you're not really sure what. Now, as you continue around the hill and start making your way south, to the west of your location, you can see a small building no more than 6 feet tall, and about maybe 10 feet wide at best. It looks like a large shack with a single door in it, kind of facing the windmill.
Mm-hmm.
You can also see that there is a crescent moon carved into the door.
Hey, Danika. How are your bowels feeling?
Is it a lavatory?
It's totally an outhouse.
Yes.
I've been summoned. I must go.
Daniel, you better let the Urzak know.
I feel a call.
Yeah, at the other side, at the other side of the hill, where Urzak and Cog and everybody else is like crouching and waiting. Urzak, you just kind of feel a little rumbly in the tumbly for half a second.
I have to take care of that later.
So there were no like back doors, cracks in like the wall of the first floor or anything?
Yeah, you've been looking at, and as you walked around, you don't see any other back doors. You don't see any cracks. Well, there are cracks, but not cracks large enough for somebody to squeeze through, like tiny foundational cracks. Sure, but that's about it. Now,
Danika, do you still have a shatter?
I do have a shatter.
Just in case if we go in there and things get bad, we can get out.
I have one shatter. Just one, though.
I will also let you know that on the now that you've pretty much made a circuit around, and you can continue your circuit for a moment. as you do, you count that there are 4 windows in total on the 2nd floor and 4 windows in total on the 3rd floor. There is also a ring of wooden platforms that are kind of half jutted out at the 2nd level. You could theoretically climb up on one if you wanted to. They do look kind of rickety and definitely old, so you're not sure how much weight could be supported on each one, but it is there, and it kind of circles the windmill on that 2nd level.
Not sure how safe that looks.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to try climbing up there.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna go check out those monoliths.
Okay, I'll stay kind of a little bit back, but not too far, just in case something bad happens. I don't know, I'm just worried these birds are gonna alert somebody.
Danika is going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. You're casting Speak with Animals on your... How many 1st level spells you got left?
I think I have 2.
You think or you know?
I have to go look at the spell section, sir. I have 2.
Okay. So yeah, you can definitely speak with animals. You cast your spell as Vide's hanging back. The 2 of you can start making your approach. From this side, Delphine, as you start walking towards it, it just seems like a big old freaking stone. Like, you've seen Stonehenge stones or something similar to that. It's big, about 8 feet tall in total, jagged and mossy covered, that sort of thing from the side that you're at. But as you kind of walk and circle around to the inner side of it, go ahead, give me an investigation check.
I'm supposed to be good at this. 1. I don't think I cast guidance because I'm trying to be sneaky, so it's just a 23.
Okay. With your 23, you notice that etched into the stone is an ancient carving. It's very worn, barely there. You have to kind of squint and scrape away some of the moss here on the other side to really examine it. But you notice that there is a crude carving of what appears to be a city covered in leaves.
Okay, it's nothing I would know. I'm not going to bring out the map, but I think she makes a mental note to look at the map and see if there's a town marked, but surrounded by woods.
Like all of them, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, actually, Aldra is on the river, and there aren't any woods close by.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I should have said all of them, but quite a few of them. Now, riding... Yeah, whatever. And then a big meteor comes flying through the air, landing on Delphine.
Oh.
Take me back to the Feywild.
So riding that 23, if you do a circle around the monoliths and examine each one, you'll notice that each stone bears a similarly carved statue, but each one is a little different. One of them is shown, like I said, with covered in leaves. The other, snowbanks are in front of, and you can see carvings of snow down. The third one that you go up to, the city is covered in flowers. And in the last one, the city has a very large sunburst overhead.
Those are the seasons. What about, and the stuff in the middle is just like disrupted earth? It's not like a crop circle?
It is disrupted earth. It's been obviously worn down and is more dirt than grass. With that investigation, the last thing you're kind of looking at the ground, really trying to look for any signs of rituals. You don't find that, but there is something you do find. In the center of the circle, there is a small pile of something just in the dirt. You get closer and you look at it, and they're tiny, tiny teeth. A small mound of them, almost like an anthill. Dark and weathered and kind of grimy looking, but as you get down and examine them, they're tiny.
Like,
they appear to
like
be
human teeth? Animal teeth?
They definitely, you're like searching through them and you don't see any animal teeth, canines and stuff like that. They're humanoid.
Being from the Feywild, she knows that there are some Fey that deal in seasons. Like, their powers are generated by different seasons. Would she know if Hag's magic kind of worked in the same way?
Make a Arcana check.
Okay. 21.
You spending time in the Feywild and your knowledge of hags, you know that hags, being Fey themselves, they tend to revere other Fey that are more powerful. You've heard in passing about some of these Archfey, including one named Sethlin of the Crooked Teeth. You know that this Archfey, very evil, wicked Archfey, ancient, was around millennia ago. But one of the things it collected was teeth, specifically, or more often than not, children's teeth. And oftentimes, those that revere or worship beings like that tend to leave the things they like as offerings to desecrate areas. And that's what you're fairly certain you're seeing here.
Delphine is gonna, and you said there's like a mound of them.
Yeah, a small mound of them. Like, there's got to be hundreds of them there.
Delphine whispers under her breath, "I wish I had Shatter." But is going to collect all of these teeth. Being as gentle as she can, and she's gonna put them, she's gonna just, in her coin pouch is where she's gonna put these teeth.
Okay.
And her coins, she's just gonna put, they're just gonna be in her actual backpack, just loose change.
Fair enough. Now, while that's going on, Danika, you said you had cast Speak with Animals, and you wanted to go and talk to the Raven.
Yeah, so she's gonna approach that Raven, the one that's by itself on one of the monuments.
That's the one that is currently pecking at something, and as you're getting close, it looks as though to be some type of pastry, and kind of a gooey filling.
It's a pastry with a gooey filling. Oh no. Okay.
But as you approach, it kind of caws at you.
Well, Danica's gonna call back in her speak with animals language. Caw. Howdy, Mr. Raven. I was just wondering if you happen to know who lives here.
The raven kind of looks up at you and moves its head to one side, and it says, "People."
Got you there.
What kind of people? What do they look like? Do you have a description?
You all kind of look alike.
Any striking features?
The raven considers this for a little bit. 3 big people like you. Old and ugly.
All right. Does it just the pastry that's there that it's munching on?
Oh, 4 people.
4?
Yeah, not 3, 4.
4? Do they all look alike? All of them? Does one look slightly different?
One shorter, green.
That's all Danica needs to know. Danica goes back to Delphine. And Vide. Danger?
Stay away from them.
Okay. Thank you. So she is going to go back to Delphine and she's... God damn.
You don't need to call at me.
She's gonna call. Delphine, that crow basically told me this is where Morgana and oh my god, what's my buddy's name? I'm blanking. Toby.
Toby?
Toby. This is where Morgana and Toby basically live. And there's 3 of them.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out. This is a offering area to Sethlin. He was an evil archfey.
I don't think it's safe to have Davos here.
I don't think it is either. Sethlin was known for his joy of children's teeth.
Well, let's...
So, shall we just move along?
Let's make our way back to the group and kind of decide what we're going to do from here.
And as we're moving back, I'm going to send Urzak a message through my hair. I just want to double check. I think it's... Yeah, it works like sending. I'm pretty sure it works like sending. So I can do a telepathic message. As an action, you can send a telepathic message to the creature holding or carrying the token as long as it is within 10 miles. You are within 10 miles of it. The message can contain up to 25 words.
Okay, so what do you say?
Morgana's here.
Oh, shit.
Worshippers of Sethlin. We need to get Davos out of here. Are you pooping? Oh, there's an outhouse.
You hear there's
Sorry, that was... I saw the fingers and the words came out.
I love it.
I love that.
The "Are you pooping" was not there, but I did inform Urzak of the outhouse.
fair enough. Are you I love how Laura Bailey's ruined sending for literally everybody.
Yeah, that's very true. Anyway, so you hear this in your head, Urzak, and as you're getting ready, can they reply, or is it just one way?
It does not say, but it does say that. Yeah, it doesn't say because I don't think they can reply. It's just a one-way telephone.
Okay, so you heard that in your mind, in Delphine's voice, and
then the hair disintegrates in your head.
And you're about ready to say something when you hear a door open and close from the windmill. You watch as a small individual. It's hard to make out quite who it is in the distance, but definitely short and possibly green. Step out from the windmill. The individual kind of walks over towards that log and firewood, humming to itself, picks up the axe, lifts it very easily in one hand, and starts putting wood onto the log and begins splitting some firewood.
We gotta go. Like now.
Why?
The hag is here.
Yeah, I suppose we need a rest before we kill that goblin. Right? We're gonna kill him, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Right? As long as I get to kill him, that's all that matters.
I mean, I'm not gonna make decisions for everybody else, but we can talk about it later. We need to get Davos out of here.
Why? Well, he's right here. I mean, he can hear you.
Yes.
I'm right here. I can hear you this whole time.
Do you speak another language we could converse in so we do not alarm the boy?
Why do we have to leave? I thought this is where we are going to stay tonight.
Hey, buddy, could you just be a little quieter? We're dealing with something here, okay? He's gonna just kind of say, just in random, he's gonna say, like, hello in Draconic, Dwarven, Elvish, Halfling, hopefully maybe you know that, and see if you pick up on any of them.
I got Elvish.
Alright. He starts speaking to you in Elvish. He goes, alright. What's changed that we have to get him out of here right away?
Morgantha is here.
Oh, was that her name? I thought her name was
Morgan.
Miss Morgan.
Oh, okay.
She's here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's probably a little more powerful than we can handle at the moment. Alright, but why him in particular and not just everybody?
Well, we need to get everybody out of here, but specifically him, because the last time we talked to Strahd...
Well, yeah, I get that, but I mean, I don't know, it just... You said
we just need to go. It's, you know...
I gotcha. Alright, yeah. Where are the others? They're not back, so we can't really go anywhere yet.
No, and her hair just disintegrated in my hand, so
yeah, all right.
Maybe not a good sign.
Seriously, ask questions next time. All right, this is weird. You can't just have a chick just slice off some of her hair and just hand it to you. That's not. I mean,
Listen, I've known Delphine for a while, so I just assumed this was normal behavior.
Yeah. You and I gotta talk.
Yeah.
Almost like a father to son. We gotta talk. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I guess we could try and sneak out the way we came.
Yeah, because we're still like a ways away. Like I know it says we're
Yeah.
fairly close on the map, but we're like
Yeah, you are a ways away, about a quarter mile away, hiding amongst the hills.
okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
where are the others?
I suppose we
I
just
mean,
wait for them for a
You
minute.
talked via hair message. I'm assuming you know where they are.
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, well, we'll wait.
So while you're
Yeah,
waiting there, I do need
We
the
would have been
four of
fine.
you. Well, I do need the four of you, since you're going to be waiting there and trying to hide. Now that somebody's actually out there moving around, I do need a stealth check from you.
Great.
Oh,
From all of us?
No, just from the ones that are currently hiding.
hey, we did pretty good actually.
As Cogs whispering to himself, John Cena's theme. It's like, dun, 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 dun.
My time is up. My time is now.
You don't see me. Dun, dun, dun.
I got an 18. It looks like
You got
Cog got
an 18.
Looks like Cog got a 19.
Yeah, if you'd allow him to, guide himself as he's kind of psyching himself up. She's like, be quiet, be quiet. I am the knight.
Davos.
Oh,
I mean,
Um,
on par for a 5-year-old.
Yeah, on par for a 5-year-old. He just, the two of you are kind of hunkering down and starting to back away, motioning to Irina, we need to go. Suddenly, very loudly, Davos yells, "Why do adults always have to talk about things and not let me know?"
would we be able to, as soon as he starts that, could one of us
Imagine him getting
grab him,
tackled.
grab him by the mouth and just like hold him tight?
Just no.
Oh, I guarantee that's exactly what happens. Urzak just grabs the kid.
Hush. That's enough.
But too late. Now, Delphine, you and your companions were making your way around. Anyway, Delphine, Danika, Vide, the three of you are starting to make your way around that hill. Go ahead, give me stealth checks as well.
That's a 10. I'm assuming we hear this kid.
9.
Not 20.
26.
Let's go.
20.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Somehow Danika is very easily managing to keep herself hidden. Not so much the rest of you. You probably did hear, like, again, you're a quarter mile away, but you're at the bottom of a valley. So things echo. And you would all be able to, I assume everyone has a passive perception of at least 12, the three of you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you're all pretty close to around that, if my memory serves. So you would all be able to hear that. You can't see the goblin from where you are. You don't know that he's there. But Urzak and Cog, you would notice that he had just been chick right when Davos had screamed, and you see he moves and he starts looking about. Now, by this time, Vide and crew have probably made their way to right about there. He looks about, and he would be able to spot at least the two of you, or at least Delphine would be the one he would get eyes on first as he starts moving about, trying to figure out what he heard. He'll look over at the two of you. He doesn't see Danika. Danika's like hunkered down at the bottom of the hill behind some brush. But he looks and he sees you, Delphine. He looks over at you. Hi! What are you doing here?
enjoying the sights? We were looking for a place to sleep. We're on our way to Veros.
He's starting to approach you right now. Has the axe is on the log, just kind of blade down into it. The raven that was sitting on that wagon has flown off by this point.
With that stealth check, I probably don't even know where Danika is. I am gonna turn to Vide and I'm gonna distract this goblin, get to the others, get the kid out, and I'll meet up with you. Just start walking back the way you came, a couple of miles.
Are you sure it's a good idea to split the party?
Absolutely. The not she
nothing
does
better.
not say out loud.
Although
Toby's starting-
technically we're dead.
Yeah, Toby is starting to make his way around the hill. He has seen Vide as well.
You two, I recognize the two of you. You were over in Jova. You're the one who gave Mrs. Morgan all that trouble.
What?
Who?
What trouble?
Don't play dumb. I'm not stupid, you know.
Do we hear this? Because Kai would be like, he's so stupid. I mean, come on.
I don't think you would actually be able to hear this at the distance, other than the indistinct chatter of back and forth.
I'm gonna also be moving toward the goblin.
Mrs. Morgan wouldn't
We
like
need
it
to
if you were
move.
here. She's very angry at you.
Why?
Why? You took one of her,
Damn it, I'm blanking on the word.
one of her bags of ingredients.
Ingredients?
Don't play stupid. You're
I'm
not
not.
under...
I'm asking a legitimate question. Ingredients for what? I just thought he was a
About it if you
sacrifice.
Sacrifice? God, yeah.
Who's stupid now? As she's pointing
But-
to his backyard.
He's kind of like,
Do you know what's going on here?
Do you know what's going on here is the question.
I mean, I know what's going to be going on here.
You're probably right about that.
Am
Ophelia!
he yells in this
Have I
really
distracted
loud...
him enough for anybody to get back to the group?
Danika would have definitely been able to at least get some distance. This hasn't been a long conversation. We'll say that Danika's probably managed to get to down here at the very least, and starting to make her way up to the road. Or would you have gone along with that?
I don't think I would have gone too far. I
You
don't.
would not have
I
gone
don't
too
wanna
far?
leave him behind. No.
Because she did tell you to go get the others and get them out of here. So that's why I was asking if you're continuing on with that. Vide was seen.
Danika's not gonna leave. She's gonna, since I can see the others, correct?
No.
I
Well-
can't see the others at all.
So where they are on the map, this map here, I just have them there so they can see. They're actually like a quarter of a mile back to the southeast.
Oh, okay.
So they're a little ways away. They were hiding among the hills. You heard Davos scream really loud, yelling, complaining, but and like you heard the echo of that. But they're still amongst the hills, and there's like in right this second they're trying to escape to get Davos away. So you would not be able to see them. They're among the hills somewhere.
Okay. Well,
So
that's okay.
again,
I'm not getting too far. No, I'm not going to leave Delphine and Vide by themselves. So maybe I got like a little bit further, but not like too far to where I can't do anything to help them.
okay, so you'd still be somewhere on this map then. So probably down near the road, heading in that direction, but still keeping close because you're worried about your friends. So you would have heard the goblin scream this name, Ophelia, really, really loud. Do you do anything when that happens? Either of you?
I think at this point, Delphine is on the defensive. She knows what's in there. And she is very, very mad, and she is feeling very protective. You know, I liked you. You got a good voice. You shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna mind sliver this little fucking goblin.
Get him.
Okay.
Let me fight. Nope, not mind whip. I'm not using a spell slot. This is just a cantrip. Where are you? Mind sliver.
Whip.
So it's a DC 15 intelligence save. Not a lot of damage.
Said intelligence save.
Yes.
Here we go. That should not have been to GM, but he rolled a 6.
Okay, so 2 psychic damage, and he has to subtract a d4 from his next saving throw that he makes before the end of my next turn. Which we're not currently at initiative. So.
No, we're not, but this would set things off into initiative. So that's probably where we're going to end things for this evening, since it is 9 o'clock, and what happens next is going to take a lot more time than I think we have in this session.
Oh, it's easy.
So-
Cog slips up and slits the goblin's throat. That's boom, done, right?
Yeah. Cog,
Yeah, Cog,
I
Cog secretly took 6
was-
levels in rock.
In his heavy.
I was like,
His
I just want to
heavy armor.
vortex warp this goblin like 90 feet away. But then I was like, I don't want to use a spell slot in case the hag heard him.
Well, we're about to we will find out, but we're not going to be finding out for another 2 weeks, because this is where we're going to be ending things tonight.
Are you sure? What if we all want to stay up till 10 p.m.?
I think Marty just said no, thanks.
Any other time I would, but
School's a bitch.
yeah.
Okay, that's okay. We're going to go ahead and do this. So, thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back in 2 weeks to find out what happens now that Toby has been mind-slivered and he's called really loud for somebody named Ophelia. Should be interesting. But before we get into all of that, we are going to go around the table and find out who everybody is and where we can find them on the internet. And let's go with Joe this time.
Well, I am Cog. I also play Blood from Stone Mondays at 7. And we're getting to a very interesting time in that campaign. It's near the end. Have you ever played D&D? And at the beginning of it, you said, you know what, my character, he believes one of his race is one of the legendary heroes. And then it turns out that he was talking about himself. Yeah, that's right. We killed people we weren't supposed to, and now we're fucked, and we are the thing. Yeah, that's right. I know that didn't make a whole lot of sense. Watch Mondays, you'll figure it out. But shit went down, and I don't know if it was good or bad. That's D&D in a nutshell.
I do need to see the reaction to this.
Yeah, Blood from Stone, Twitter, or I'm sorry, X. But yeah,
Just call it Twitter.
Just watch Monday. It's gonna get batshit crazy here soon.
It definitely is getting batshit crazy over on the Fab 5. Natalie, you're next.
You can find me here every other Wednesday doing Curse of Strahd on Random Rhapsody. Or you can find me on Twitter at Batty Baby. And that's about it. Thanks.
Okay, Dyto, you're next.
Hi, I'm Dyto. You can find me on Twitter at Dyto11. I am, of course, here every other Wednesday playing Curse of Strahd. I'm really excited because we're getting into hags and being a hexblood. This is going to be interesting. I will be on Lost Caravan on Sunday doing some Pathfinder, and we've got spooky stuff coming up on Lost Caravan that I will also be in. But I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I don't remember. But I post everything on my socials. It's at Dyto on Blue Sky. So just check out either one of those if you're trying to see what I'm doing and what I'm up to.
Absolutely. Marty, you're next.
Oh boy, you guys. So I'm Marty. I've been Urzak this evening and all the other evenings. I've been saying for the last several sessions that I've got a lot of stuff coming out, and it's all coming. It's all here. This past Monday, we released part 2 of Wayfaring Strangers: The Uncanny Valley. Part 3 of 3 will be out the Monday before our next Curse of Strahd session. Let's see. Today, my new show, College of Whispers, just dropped. The Actual Play Book Club, where we review actual play streams and podcasts. Our inaugural episode was on Dimension 20 Fantasy High, so go check that out. This next coming week, probably on Tuesday, Bard Rock Cafe has part 2 of the Rock Around the Clock one-shot, DM'd by Matthew. And then on October 10th, another new show on Bard Rock Network will be premiering. Be on the lookout for Monster Cafe, a Monster of the Week one-shot that we had too much fun with, and it became a whole show.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, definitely check out the part 2 of Rock Around the Clock. Have you ever wondered what happens when you put a bunch of demons in a space that has weird gravity and then turn the gravity off again? It gets weird.
Oh, yeah.
It gets weird.
Stuff gets crazy.
Check that out sometime. Well, Brandie unfortunately had to step away because she had to go do something for the kids. So check out Brandie as River Dragon 82 on the tweets and the instas. She is not in one of our campaigns right now, other than Curse of Strahd, because the Debauchery Circus campaign is complete. But she will be in our newest campaign, which we're going to be putting out more details on here very, very soon. So check her out on the tweets and check her out here on Curse of Strahd. Now, as for me, yeah?
Go ahead. I got one more thing when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay. No, go ahead. Well, what you have? One more
I was going to say, you know those 5 heroes we killed? Well, we think they were the basis of the gods in this world, so we killed God.
Nice.
On accident. That's all.
As you do.
As one does.
5 of them, too.
Well,
not just 1. 5.
Oops.
Accident.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, well, as I was saying, I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master, here on Curse of Strahd and everything else here on the network. You can find me on the tweets and the instas at Scruffy Wanderer, on Blue Sky as well, Scruffy Wanderer, and Random Rhapsody is also on Blue Sky as Random Rhapsody. So make sure you check out both of those. But other than that, on behalf of everyone here on Curse of Strahd and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, just allow me to say that thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, may
you live until you die.
Until you die.
Good night, everybody.